Jeremy McGhee. Born and raised San Diego. I actually grew up exploring the canyons around here as a kid. The canyons that I do a lot of riding in. So it's kind of crazy to be back in the canyons now. I'm not a biker. I've never really been a mountain biker. I'm not a motocross guy. I'm actually a runner at heart. I always say if I wasn't in a chair, I'd be running barefoot through the jungle in just my trunks and maybe a knife on my hip. Diving through rivers, scaling cliffs, and just running forever. And this bike is pretty much what allows me to do that to the best I can now. This thing gets me off the pavement and out on the trail. Well, riding one of these bikes is kind of crazy because instead of picking one line, you're picking 3 lines. So your brain is going crazy. I gotta pick a line for this wheel, a line for this wheel, and then hopefully my rear wheel just kind of slithers through and finds its own line. I was 25 years old. It was prime of my life. I was a lifeguard, snowboard instructor, waiting tables, just having a blast, surfing every day, snowboarding a ton, actually starting to make some money snowboarding. I was injured in a motorcycle wreck in 2001. Almost didn't live through it. Just lucky to be alive. I was on my street bike, fall right into the statistic. You know, every accident, most accidents happen 6 blocks from home. I was like 3-4 blocks from home. Lady just made a quick left turn right in front of me. Next thing I know, I'm lying in the street and I can't feel my legs. It was like that. What I didn't know that I couldn't feel, since I had broken my back, was that I was bleeding below where I could now feel, and that things were pretty serious. And there actually happened to be a group of paramedics across the street at a taco shop and were on me in seconds and had me in surgery in 22 minutes, they said. Saved my life. I think my favorite spot to ride is Mammoth Mountain. Their bike park is really fun. They've done a really good job with it. And then here in San Diego, I ride PQ Canyon a lot. There's so many fun trails in there. You wouldn't even believe it. Like really technical downhill stuff in the 8th largest city in the United States. Nature is the trend. I mean, so much of our lives is spent on concrete, and being in a wheelchair kind of relegated to life on the pavement. But there's something about being in nature, just being out in the ocean, being out on the mountain, out on the trail. I just feel small. I feel like part of something huge. And there's something about that feeling that I can't get enough of. Puts things in perspective. We think that our problems and the way we think are so important. But when you get out there, you kind of realize that maybe it's not so important. And there's so many little corners of this earth to explore. We live in a beautiful place. We're so lucky to be here on this planet, and there's so much cool shit to see and do. And life is short.